Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, I am bringing you guys along because I am buying my first Dutch oven. Yes, this girl right here loves cooking, loves the kitchen, and I don't own a Dutch oven. I actually own my caldero, which is, I guess, the classic cast iron Dutch oven, like old, which I love. I do everything on my caldero, but it's time for me to get a Dutch oven, my dears. So I came to JCPenney. They had a great sale going on, but first I had to look at all the pretty stuff. Now, I have to say that the hardest part was actually selecting a color. I knew I was going to go with Martha Stewart. I did check some other brands, but I always came back to Martha's. So, you know what? I wanted something big, and I think the 7 quarts was going to work for me and my family. I like entertaining, so I needed something big. Now, they had such beautiful color. They had this actual, I don't know if they, I believe it's teal, that's what it's called, which I love, but it doesn't match anything in my kitchen, although it's a beautiful pop of color, which I think would look good as well, but I don't know. And my friends, yes, they had this great sale, so I had to get my Dutch oven today. So they also had the red, which was a beautiful color as well. But my friends, the colors. I did not know if I wanted this pop of color in my kitchen or I wanted to keep things how I actually have them. So my friends, I am going to show you which one I actually came home with. And yes, I came with the beige. I think it's so pretty, and I can actually leave it here on my stove top. I am so happy with my Dutch oven. So, my friends, I am going to do a beef short rib stew. Come along, my friends, and let me show you guys how easy it is to prepare this. Now, here is my disclaimer. There are many ways you can do these short ribs. This is my version, which I actually love. And the ingredients are easy. We have celery, we have carrots, onions, I have bay leaf, rosemary, thyme. I have some peppercorn, white flour, tomato paste, garlic, butter. You can use beer or wine. I'm going to be using wine, my friends, okay? And I also gonna be adding some cilantro. If you know me, you know I like that cilantro, just like my red onions. Think it gives food such a great flavor. Now I season my short ribs with salt and pepper and marinated for 2 hours, okay? The key with this is to season them nicely. This is actually a thick piece of meat, so you want to make sure they're well seasoned. Now, all I'm going to do is brown my short ribs. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil and butter. And I am going to brown them on all sides. Now look how beautiful this looks. My short ribs are nicely browned, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the same pot. I'm gonna go ahead and add my butter, and it already has some olive oil and of course some of the oil from the short ribs, so I'm not putting no more oil to this recipe. I'm gonna go ahead and add all my vegetables, and I am going to cook them slowly. My vegetables are perfectly cooked. This cooked for about 2 to 3 minutes, and I had it in a medium low temperature. I'm going to go ahead and add my flour and my tomato paste. We're going to go ahead and add the wine now. You can use beer. I've seen this recipe with beer. So if you fancy beer, perfect. In fact, if you don't want to do either or, go right ahead. Just use your beef broth, okay? So I also added the garlic last, as you can see, because if you're not careful, you can burn the garlic, and we don't want that. And here's one ingredient that I forgot to show when I started, and I probably gonna kill this, but it's some Worcestershire sauce. I think I got it, my friends. This is going to give this recipe such a delicious flavor. And trust me, my friends, we are almost done. I know it seems like a lot of steps, but it's very, very easy. We're gonna go ahead and add the beef broth. And we want to make sure that we stir this nicely. Just blend all these ingredients together. I'm going to also be adding my salt and pepper now. Be very careful with this. And just make sure you season to taste. Now, I'm going to also be adding this little paste I actually found in the supermarket. And they actually have the chicken flavor, beef flavor, and I believe they have other selection, and it's called Better Than Bouillon. This is really good. Now, the only thing with this is, okay, and the first time I learned the hard way, it is salty, very salty. So a little bit goes a long way. We're going to go ahead and add our short ribs here in this beautiful looking Dutch oven. Which I am actually very happy that I finally got a Dutch oven. And I've done, you know what? I actually did a stewed chicken about a week ago in my Dutch oven. And I don't know, maybe it's me, but I thought it was so delicious. And I think, of course, because it's a Dutch oven, it cooks the food faster. So I'm actually impressed. Don't know why I waited this long to get a Dutch oven. This smells so delicious. And yes, this is the last ingredients, I promise, okay? So we're gonna be adding the rosemary, the thyme. I'm gonna be adding some peppercorn, gonna give that nice little spiciness to this recipe, which I love. We love spicy here. Of course, we're gonna add some cilantro, and I think I said the thyme, right? And the bay leaf. This is going to cook for 2 to 3 hours, okay? When do you know this is cooked? When the meat is tender or it's falling off the bone. And no, my friends, I'm not gonna put this in the oven. It's gonna cook on my stove top. Now, look how beautiful this looks. My friends, I sure hope you have enjoyed this short video. This recipe was easy. Yes, it is long, but it's worth the wait. I did some cornbread. I did some cilantro rice with my delicious, beautiful short beef ribs. My friends, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell so you guys don't miss out on videos. Until next time, bye-bye.